Hello everyone, this is Nasser Krillis Kalani again, and today we're going to be going over how we write a windmill program in Scratch. So as you can see, we have our script set up, we have our flag sprite set up, we have it in the sprites area, we have our stage set up in the background, and we're going to be going over how this is all set up. So of course we have our flag, we have that set up as a sprite. And typically what you could do is draw out your sprite, or you could choose a set sprite from the sprite library. And of course the backdrop is just white because we won't be using any special backdrop. But of course you can always choose from the backdrop library, or you could upload your own backdrop for the stage. So we have our events block here. Now remember, this starts the program. We have our motion block here so that we could tell the program, listen, I want my sprite to be at the origin, 0, 0, and we have our point in direction block, which is up here, so we want it to point 90 degrees. So we want it to point in 90 degrees, or we want it to point to the right when we start running the program. Now the reason we have clear is because when you're doing this windmill program, you're going to see that it's going to draw out or stamp, as we have here, our sprite onto different degrees or different spots, different degrees on the stage area. So that's why we have clear, so that we could clear out any previous windmills that were run. Set rotation style all around. Now what does that mean? When you set your rotation style, you're basically telling it, okay, I want this to rotate all around the stage area, basically in a circle. Let's see what happens if I change that. You see? So when I change all around to left and right, it only shows the windmill or the flag stamped from left to right. So that's why you only see this. But if I change it to all around, you could see we have a perfect windmill, because we're telling the program, listen, I want to stamp this sprite and I want it to be stamped all around while it's rotating. And you could find this block in the motions tag right here. We said set rotation style, and you will automatically click on the arrow on the side right here and choose all around. Now, as you may have noticed, we have about 8 windmills, or 8 flags, so to speak, that make up our windmill. Well, that's because we go to our control tag, go to repeat, and we set that number equal to 8. Let's see what would happen if I set it to 12, for example. See, nothing happened, because we still had the 45 degrees right here, and of course, since it's going 45 degrees of 360, that means that it will only go 8 times. Or in this case, it will repeat 4 extra times, but since we're already doing 45 degrees, it'll only show this. Now remember, in previous videos when we talked about drawing shapes or drawing polygons in Scratch, we always remember that we're trying to use the degrees based on the fact that a circle has 360 degrees in total. Okay? So remember that next time you go to math class. Tell your teacher, hey, isn't a circle supposed to be 360 degrees? And this is how you draw a square, or this is how you draw a triangle based on the number of degrees in a circle, and divided by how many sides you want. And that's how many degrees you put for each side. So let's set this back to 8. So yeah, as you can see, we have 8 right here, and it only repeats 8 times, because we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And of course, what is 360 degrees divided by 8, right? So 360 divided by 8 is 45. So if we wanted to repeat this 12 times, then we'd have to do 360 divided by 12. So what is 360 divided by 12? Well, that's 30. So we have this set to turn 30 degrees. And as you can see, now we have 12 flags in our windmill. But if we set this to 8, we only have 8 of the 12 flags that we had for a previous windmill, but we still left the 30 degrees. So we'll change that back to 45. So remember, in order to make this program or to write out the script for this program, we have to go to our events, drag and drop the events block we want, go to motion, drag and drop the go to X and Y coordinate to tell our program to set the sprite to the origin when we start, or the very center of the stage area on the left, point in the direction of 90 degrees, which means point this way when we start our program, clear out any other drawings that are left behind on the stage area from previous times we've run the program, set rotation style to all around so that we can make sure that when we rotate it and stamp the sprite on the stage, it doesn't just leave a stamp on the left or on the right, but it leaves it all around the number of times that we set the repeat. Go to control, go to repeat, set that equal to 8 because we have 45 degrees, so 360 divided by 8 is 45, or 360 divided by 45 is 8. Go to pen, stamp the sprite. When we say stamp, we mean basically as you were to stamp any painting or stamp a stamp, you basically push it onto the stage area and you create a stamp, or you create a clone of it. And you turn it 45 degrees because of the number of repeats that we have in our block right here. And where to find the turn? You find it right here in the motion tag. Okay, so now you know how to write a windmill in Scratch. You know what to do if you want to add more flags to your windmill. And you know what happens when we set the style rotation to all around, left and right. And obviously don't rotate means that we won't see any other flag but the sprite that we have. Thank you. Don't forget to click like at the bottom, comment on this video, and don't forget to click subscribe to the YouTube channel. Thank you.